All right, welcome back again to the Mentality Show, where we focus on the word men, okay? This is a show, a roundtable discussion where you, the listener, will have the rare opportunity to get inside the minds of four grown-ass men, bringing their own backgrounds, experiences, opinions, and most importantly, advice to the table regarding today's issues, current events, and just everyday problems and matters of concern that you, the listener, may possibly be going through in your life out there. We guarantee that this show will touch on something that has something to do with your life in today's world, okay? So let me introduce some of our guests today. We got, these are the four grown men on the show, basically. This is our first episode, too, by the way, just to let you know, episode 1.
Go easy on us.
We got V out there. V, what's happening, man? What's up, sir? V is basically a baseball coach, okay? He also coaches kids and security consultant. So
yes, sir.
This man knows what he's talking about. We got V, our tech guy. I'm sorry, C, our tech guy. Getting mixed up. C is he has experience with, he's a drone pilot, photographer, and also our tech guy here. He handles all the technical stuff. So if something goes wrong, that's the man, okay?
Fucking nerd.
Got it.
Good looking, man. Appreciate you.
And then we got my boy Paulie here to my left. He's an artist, writer, marketing consultant, and all those things, okay? And then we have a special guest today. Give a hand. That's right. And we are going to get a woman's perspective on some of the things that us four grown-ass men talk about. Welcome Gina to the show. She's Gina from Gina's World.
Welcome.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
It's so good to have you today here. The lovely Gina from she's our host. She's going to be debuting her own show called Gina's World.
Correct.
Coming up on YouTube and other social media outlets and things like that. She is a very intelligent woman. She's also a self-love coach, okay?
Correct.
So for all of you listeners out there who are having problems loving yourself, this is the woman. She's going to give you all kinds of advice. She's going to be one of our reoccurring guests, so get used to her being here.
Don't love yourself
I'm
too much there, sir.
So good to have you. So let's basically, before we get into some of our topics, we want to talk about some of the things that are going on in today's world that we're living in. And Paulie brought up something earlier about regarding the school shootings last week. There's some type of conspiracy theory going on out there. Could you explain it to the listeners, Dave?
Oh man, this is getting ridiculous. You know, we've heard this before with other tragic events. There's always somebody that's got to say some stupid shit. If you weren't there, shut up. Period. Sit back, support, say some prayers, and keep your mouth closed when it comes to, you know, trying to start some bullshit about. I mean, there was a high school student that had a pretty much a eyewitness account of what was going on, and they're trying to say that this kid was planted somehow by anti-gun lobbyists and like there's some agenda. This is a fucking kid.
Crisis actors, right?
Yeah,
Crisis
man.
actors.
These are kids that are you know,
Traumatized.
that were lucky to survive. You know, some of their classmates didn't make it, and they're forever marked by this event. And you got some asshole hiding behind a screen, you know, trying to support some ridiculous president. I can't believe I have to say
keyboard warriors.
You know, keyboard warriors that are trying to dilute what really happened. It's like, bro, shut up, keep your comments to yourself, have some respect,
And that's it.
and let these kids figure out how to resume their life and try to get some
man.
peace.
They lost a lot of family.
You know, why don't you say something positive about this kid? I forgot his name. I do apologize, but he's in the hospital right now, you know, hanging on for dear life. This guy held the door open and protected, I think, 20 of his classmates and got hit 5 times as this coward shot through the door. Let's talk about that's a real story instead of these, you know, troll guys that probably have never left their mom's basement and talk shit.
These same guys, when the Vegas shooting happened, they were out there on the internet saying the same
Conspiracy
bullshit.
theories.
Yeah.
It's
Get
always some
outside,
type of conspiracy
guys.
theory.
Get some sun on your backs, man.
Yeah,
Get off the computer.
You make a good point. You know, all the true stories, the heroic stories of people who, you know, the teacher that jumped in front of the bullets. Also, the kid that the ROTC
He was a coach,
kid.
by the way. He was also a coach.
He's a coach, yeah. V.
Did he pass away?
I think he did. Yeah, he passed
Coach,
away.
right?
He got
Coach?
shot. And one of the coaches
Yeah,
was a football
coach, yeah.
coach. So, yeah, it's pretty sad, man.
The ROTC kid who
ROTC kid.
led some of the other kids
With
out of the building,
with a
and put his life on the line.
like a Kevlar blanket or some kind of shield.
Yeah.
Amazing, you know.
You hear about the kid who just recently made a threat. I think it's here in L.A. too. Made a threat. Security guard reported it, and then they raided his house, and he had 2 assault rifles, handguns, 90 clips for bullets. That was here in L.A. So
Stay vigilant, man. Watch your friends. Watch your people.
How the hell do you get all that ammo? You know, I mean, you're a kid.
You're
Where
a
the hell
kid?
do you get that from?
Oh, his brother was 28 or something like that.
So when we're talking about, you know, new gun proposals, new gun restrictions, maybe we should. What comedian was it, man? Maybe Chris Rock was talking about, you know, yeah, sell your guns, man, and you know, keep those available, but let's make bullets really fucking expensive.
Yeah, right.
So when you really got to go out and do some shit, be like, do I really want to kill this motherfucker?
Yeah.
If it's $1 million per bullet,
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
make the bullets extremely hard to get.
Yeah.
One thing I'm very proud of with these kids, this is the first shooting in the United States. First of all, it's the worst school shooting in the United States. But these kids who are out there actively involved in the politics of, you know, these gun laws, trying to change the gun laws and things like that, and make sure that these guns and people with guns are going to cause this type of trouble again in the future. Our youth, this is our youth who are actively, you know, of course, they were affected by this whole shooting. They were there, but they're actively out there trying to make something happen, trying to make a change in the world. That's a big story regarding
There's
this whole
marches
thing
coming
as
up.
well,
You know,
so.
if you're involved or if you haven't been involved yet and you want to get out there, check online, find a group, and be active in your city. You know, I'm not promoting people walking out of school, but there's a lot of ways to support this cause. And hey, shout out to our leaders. You know, this is a cause you should rally behind. If you want to represent our youth, get active. You know, pick a cause. We definitely need some leadership out there, and it's coming from our youth right now.
Coming from our youth, yep. So we have to take advantage of our female guest today, and I don't mean in that way, okay?
All eyebrows.
Too many
were
of
pointed
you.
Torture
vertically.
today. Torture for her today.
That's a whole nother show there.
¿Qué dijiste, Nili?
So we definitely want to get as much of her input and opinion on some things regarding a lot of our male viewers and female listeners. The question we want to ask you is, one of our big topics is dating, okay? So the question we really want to know is, in the dating process, especially on the first date, and then there's going to be other questions that are going to come up with this. When is it okay for a man to go for the kiss regarding your first date or second date or whatever? When is it okay, in your opinion?
I think kissing on a first date, for me personally, is a complete no-go, because it's probably the second time I'm seeing you in my life, which means I don't know you. And although we might have great chemistry, I don't want to be, I don't really want to be touched. I don't want to be, you know, we're still strangers, so we're getting acquainted. And I think it depends what happens between the first date and the second date, or a second and third time, you know, how much communication is going on and stuff like that. And to just feel how comfortable is she, because she's going to let you know, she's going to probably, you know, touch you somehow on the hand or the shoulder. She's going to give you signals.
So
as
let
to,
her make the call.
Yeah,
with the signals.
yeah.
What if the chemistry is there, though? What if there's so much chemistry that you have with this person that you never had with any other man? Can he lose that by going for the kiss?
No, because men will always try. So as women, we are aware. But I think it's more attractive when a man can control himself.
What if you're really digging him and you actually want to go in for that move, but he's already on the mindset of like, all right, I'm going to wait. That whole rule of like, you know, I'm not going to do this the first time. Does that lessen his attractiveness if he doesn't seem confident? So guaranteeing no kiss for the first date is okay.
I mean, but the woman can give him a kiss. Who's to say that he has to make the first move?
True.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got it. I was just always curious about that because I've seen it go both ways where, you know, maybe you're not as not aggressive, but assertive. You know, it's like you kind of go after what you want. If you like a person, especially if you've been talking before that first date, like with online media now, let's say you have a you know, a dating platform that you're a part of, you've been talking for several weeks and then you meet
several weeks, that would be different.
Yeah, I think if you're out there and I mean there's that one date and you just have that connection, I mean what if you spend all day with them, 8 hours or whatever, and you guys are just having the best time ever, and you've never met someone that's kind of giving you that connection. I mean,
that time.
I don't see anything wrong with that first kiss. I mean, it's just it's the connection, the chemistry there. I mean, I back in my dating days, I would have went for it. Yeah, for sure.
I've been in
sometimes
about it.
I've been in situations where like I'm thinking, no, we have good chemistry, but then you start thinking like, what am I gonna do? Like, should I go for the kiss? Should I do not? You know. And then the next day, obviously, when if I don't kiss her, then the next day she tells me, "Hey, we had a good time. How come you didn't? How come you don't go in for the kiss?" I was like, "I wanted to respect you. I didn't know what to do.
It's
like, I don't want to, So we're there.
Do you judge a man, but do you say he's less of a man because he didn't make an assertive move towards me and didn't go for the kiss?
No, I don't, because I realized that it's very difficult to be a man and to gauge every, person properly. Because you don't know them. You don't know what the woman feels inside. And as women, we can put on our poker face. You just don't know. And maybe inside we're yearning for, I maybe would like that. But then, there's other things also going on in our mind.
How about a
What
good
if she
hug?
has a really fat
Good
ass?
hug.
What if she has
good
a
hug?
good and a fat ass? I mean, what are you? It's hard. It's hard out there for a pimp, right?
Hey, question for you. So,
Yes.
in this whole new kind of social media fueled dating world where people swipe left and right, they know what they want. Like you're looking through, kind of like I don't know, photos, and you just no, and you see somebody you kind of like them, like you are interested in securing that experience with this person. So how does that affect that? If you've been around that market, if you've done the dating online stuff, does it make it quicker? Do you swipe left or right during the day and be like, yes, no? How do you decide?
I think what changes through social media and all these technologies is that the art of meeting organically goes out the window.
The hunt.
Because the hunt goes out the window. Because men, I feel, have less patience. And they go, well, she's being difficult. She's tripping. She's whatever. I can just go and get myself another girl online.
There's other options.
And so
for everybody.
there's other options, and they're much quicker, available. However, it doesn't mean that it will replace this one particular woman, But I feel with social media and internet, it gives people less patience. They work harder for things because they think another person is just a swipe away.
Right.
That's
You're
true.
like a
There's
kid in a candy store.
Yeah.
You go in a candy store, you might want like one particular type of chocolate. I said this on a past show.
Yes.
But you see all these other chocolates, you're like, oh, I can try this and try this and try
Yes.
that. Wow, because it's all available to you.
Yes.
So you go for it and you end up missing out on that
Yes.
one piece of chocolate that was
Correct.
really good for you.
So
or
you'll
that
take
you
the
really
available
wanted.
substitute. So like if your fucking Haagen-Dazs is not there, you'll
Yeah.
go with the lead-based Mexican candy. That fucking
Yeah.
little lead never hurt anybody.
Candy's candy, whatever.
Yeah, so it's I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, how does a woman know when obviously on social media? How does she know? Hey, that's the one I want to be with. Like that's the one I'm attracted to. How does she know?
You know what? I think it depends how well you know yourself and what your likes and dislikes are. I've dabbled in online dating as well, and I've actually never ever had a bad date. And I talk to my girlfriends about this stuff, and they end up having bad dates. And I think that you have to be attracted to the person because the picture is all you see at first. But you have to go a little bit deeper, right? So, for instance, if I see guys and they're shirtless and they're posing and they're running marathons and stuff like that, hey, buddy, good for you. But I don't need to see your naked body immediately.
Chesticles?
Is there, I know. Do you
What's
have a
wrong
little
with
bit more
chesticles?
substance to
That's all I got.
yourself? Things like that. And then you read through their profile, and then you start communication. And from that moment on, you can sort of gauge what a person is all about. Because if I have people approaching me with, hey, baby, or you're so sexy, or blah, blah, this and that, I immediately delete the conversation.
One
It's
thing.
not what I'm interested in.
One thing, I'm sorry. One thing you told me, I remember when we were talking outside the show.
Yeah.
You said on the first date, you usually don't wear things that are too revealing
Correct.
as well because
Correct.
you don't want to show the goods the first time
Correct.
and possibly confuse this man and
Absolutely.
have him lose focus.
Absolutely.
Because you're a very attractive, sexy woman.
Thank you.
I'm starting to lose focus here in the show. But,
We can tell.
Just look me in the eyes.
what is your are your eyes down here or up there? Okay, I'm sorry. What is explain that. Why do you do that? Can you explain to the listeners out there?
I can, of course, only speak about myself. I think that I want for a man to like me for me. So if you feel that I'm in the general ballpark of what you're attracted to, that's great, because that's the first thing that we need, because, of course, men
Looks
are
like an
very
introduction.
visual.
Right.
What I don't want is for you to just see me as a body or like a thing.
Fuck meat.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
that's
that
what we-
way,
that's
so
check on the
that
wall.
way
We're
I
savage
am, so that way you can focus actually on the substance and on the conversation and things like that. And what I like to do, I like to reveal myself in layers.
Yeah.
Because I think it makes it also more sexy. It makes it more intriguing versus it's kind of like, when you guys go out to a nightclub or something like that, and then you see women and you see absolutely everything is hanging out. So what are
been to a
your
nightclub in
thoughts
years.
about these women? And the thing is,
I don't care who
it
she is or
could
what
be-
she has to say. She's fucking sexy.
Exactly, but the thing is, you also judge that book by its cover.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't
You
like.
do.
I have a
that.
question though on your profile when you said you dabbled in online dating.
Yeah.
What types of pictures did you have? Did you have any pictures that were sexy on there? Because I mean, obviously you're still trying to attract a man. So
I never posted any pictures in a dress. I never posted any pictures in any kind of bikinis or anything like that. It was just me being me, like say like jeans and a t-shirt. So I did post a full body picture, but nothing
Not
too
revealing.
revealing.
Again, not revealing.
Mostly my face. Mostly it would be a casual photo, not something where I'm trying to be sexy.
Because most of these girls nowadays are half naked. You
Yes,
know? They're
yes.
wearing the bathing suits that
And-
look like thongs.
And they wonder why they attract the wrong men.
Right, you're right. They're on there half naked, and then you say something, "Hey, baby," or something that indicates something.
How dare
sexual.
you?
How
have a
dare
brain.
you?
Exactly.
Who do you think I am?
Exactly.
These are my good breasts. You know what I mean? Come on.
Exactly.
Just because I have these pictures up doesn't mean that I'm like that. Well,
Right.
then what are you trying to say, right?
Like
Dave
Dave
Chappelle said it
Dave
best.
Chappelle.
Let's
Yeah.
quote
You
it. Ready?
certainly are
One,
wearing the-
2, 3. Well, you may not be a whore, but you're wearing a whore's uniform.
Right, exactly.
Copyright
Exactly.
Dave
If you see a
Chappelle.
police officer, sir, can you help me? Like, who do you think I am?
But
Like,
it's
you're a
sort
police
of-
officer, but just because I'm wearing a police officer uniform, you know,
I mean, I'm a police officer.
But it goes the other way around as well. Like I said earlier, I don't want to see guys without a shirt on. It's not necessary. If we're really truly interested in each other, that shirt will come off, and then we'll see what's happening.
David used
Yes,
to
the
be
shirt
overweight.
comes off.
We're gonna have a sidebar
gonna be on every
conversation.
show.
The Wolverine over here. This big
Stop
muscle.
talking about my weight.
We're
All
gonna mention
right.
that on
So
every
W.
Cry.
We had like 86 kinds of carbohydrates this morning, and I'm already feeling guilty.
Trust me, David is a good-looking guy. Trust me, and no homo. But there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with being homosexual. Okay, just to let you know. Maybe we should go into this topic. How much time are we looking at here, V?
We're good. 3
Question:
minutes.
the new real quick. What are the new bases considering social media? Our new hunt, the new fucking gathering
First
in
base.
terms
I think-
of
I
what
think
is
the
first,
base-
second, and third.
Bases are out the door, man.
question.
It's just straight to sex.
It's so really so, but that's not what we hear from our guests.
I mean,
is what should it be? What should be
I
the
think
new
the
basis?
majority of people are like out there having sex. Just
Fuck it.
online, boom, let's come over, let's just do the
this.
thing, and that's it.
Is that true, Gina?
I mean, not everybody, but I'm saying,
I don't know.
and remember, you're speaking for not just for yourself, but for
Correct,
all
correct.
women.
For
out
I
there.
all
think that-
womankind.
I
You
think
represent
that
all women.
she's representing
the
a
thing
classier woman,
the
not
thing-
Yes.
Thank you guys.
Well, we
Not,
want a little bit of whore in there too. So you can just add that.
Okay, here's the thing. There's obviously testing phases in everyone's life. I have learned over the years what to do and what not to do. So, there are times when you are just more in the moment and, you just go a little bit crazy. But I think when we talk to the younger generations, for sure, I mean, I don't know what their guidelines are. I think it's just wild and loose.
yes.
Yeah,
Let's
you
be
know,
responsible kids, please.
Yeah,
Stop
exactly.
eating
But
fucking Tide
Is
Pods.
it any
Exactly.
different from the '60s when our parents were out there?
Free
Ooh,
love.
good question.
And then the
Right?
disco
What's
generation.
the difference?
It's just a difference. You just got technology now,
I
right?
think I was
And
built
you
to
you
an
go
ABBA
out to
song.
Woodstock and just
Yeah.
get laid every other woman you pass by.
Drive-through, the drive-in, What is
Or
it,
if you're on the
drive-in?
internet, type in "let's come over and let's get laid." I mean,
I think the best time was between, like in the '60s, before the '80s hit, before AIDS. Because
Yes.
in the '60s, I believe right around that time you had birth control. Once birth control hit, I mean, free love. You can fuck whoever you want. Don't have to worry about the consequences, and you don't get AIDS.
Yeah.
You can get something that can be cleared up. Hopefully,
some
I don't
penicillin.
think herpes was as
wasn't
rampant.
yeah.
So that was the best time, man. The '70s, like late '60s, '70s. That's the best time to fuck. You know what I mean? Just fuck and not worry about consequences.
1979.
Do you want to go
Those
back
are
in
our
time?
Parents. Those are our parents.
No, I don't even.
Hey,
Oh my gosh.
79.
That's when you were born. 73,
Five,
baby.
1979.
79, 73, baby. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we're looking like we got a few more minutes.
Although the difference is, at least they were in the mind frame of make love, not war. There was a greater message to that whole.
Oh yeah,
thing.
we'll call it making love. Yeah, sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds
Exactly.
good.
Sure,
Right.
buddy.
Yeah.
Such a classy lady, Gina.
I wasn't dismissing.
Such a classy lady. So, well, there you heard it. You heard the woman's perspective on things, a classy woman's perspective. Hint with a little hint of horror. I'm just playing, Gina. We love you. So
Who's
that
to
was.
say I'm not naughty.
Maybe that's episode 2. So that was. You heard it from Gina. She's, like I said, she's our special guest from Gina's World.
Hey.
Thank you for joining us today, Gina.
Thank you for having me.
We love having your opinion. And remember, she represents not only her opinion, but the opinion of most women out there, classy women out there that we want to hear as men. So we will, that pretty much concludes our show for episode 1. We'll see you next time for episode 2. Stay tuned. Holla. Peace.
So what's a home run today? Is that right? A finger in the butt?